Like Hess at elementary school. Let's dive right into this. Queen of the Horse!
Ow.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And I'm embarrassed.
That was funny. Today we're talking about Game of Thrones Season 5 finale. Can you guys believe we made it to the finale of Game of Thrones Season 5?
Yeah, Jon Snow's dead.
I know.
Spoilers.
God, I
well,
can't fucking
they're
believe it.
watching.
They killed... You know, so... Me and Nick, we started doing videos on Game of Thrones, the finale of Season 5, way back in the day. I don't know, because like we did a show where we talked about every show at once, and then we just started it around that time. So it was like an hour and a half long, like it would skip through. And when this episode aired, me and him talked about how there's a theory that Bran was gonna go into Jon Snow's, like he was gonna, you know how you can go into like the owls and shit.
Yeah.
He was gonna do that and become Jon Snow. Me and him, like I rewatched our video. It's fucking terrible too. I don't recommend people go back and watch it. But it's weird hearing us talk about the old episode like that.
It's funny how shitty.
What an episode to start making podcasts.
I know.
Well, it wasn't really a podcast.
Yeah, it was.
Whatever.
Was it?
I mean,
Yeah.
talking about.
But it's funny how stupid theories are after they don't come true.
Yeah, yeah.
But boy, are they cool when they're.
What's funny? We filmed that too at Mima's house. Like we were all sitting on her couch.
Oh, really?
Huh?
I don't remember that.
We got that podcast week going on. I do want to mention people before I forget. We started a Pleeka vlog. I don't know if anybody watching this has seen that yet. Yesterday we filmed. We already had stuff for our second vlog, but we pushed that back because yesterday we pulled off a prank on Hess. So if
Yeah.
you want to see what we did to Hess, check it out. It should be up tomorrow morning. I already edited the whole thing this morning.
Oh,
it was
you're
good.
done editing.
Yeah, it's good. I think it turned out to be a really good video. So I recommend people go
How
check
long
that
is
out.
it?
It's I think 6 minutes and 30 seconds
Oh,
for
okay.
what took us the entire day.
Yeah. Jesus, that's not a fair turnaround.
but
at all.
I think it turned out good. But you guys want to get into the episode?
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
episode 9, Dance of Dragons,
Dance of Dragons. Why do you think it was called that?
because that's the book that Shireen was reading.
Yeah, probably the last book she ever
Um,
read, right? Unless they have books in heaven.
You just took a FaceTime photo.
Yeah, because you guys are frozen. So,
Oh, do you want us
Yeah.
to call you back?
if it's not that big of a deal, but
All right, so it starts off in Stannis' camp. Ramsay takes those 20 men he was talking about before. and-
Oh, I forgot that's how it started. Yeah.
Yeah, so you not headphoning it or
well, I know we're time crunched, so
Just do it.
Oh, yeah, we're not to worry about it.
go for
That's
it.
fine.
Okay.
If it makes it better for you, just do it real quick.
Yeah.
It's just easier to hear, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
They attack the horses. They burn down the food and the gunpowder and all that stuff.
Yeah, he in both these episodes. I always forget his name. Stannis.
Yeah.
I always get Stannis Baratheon and the Boltons. Their names intertwined.
That's interesting because they're about to fight.
Yeah, I know. That's weird that they're, but he seems a bit like not all there these episodes, and like he's like nervous and like
He's not himself. for sure.
usually he's like smart and has confidence, and he's just not there both these episodes.
It's almost like he second guessed burning his kid to the ground.
I feel most would.
Yeah.
100%.
God,
Yeah.
I know we're not there yet, but when
Ice
they're
cream man.
I know when they're burning her, isn't like it's just so hard watching that scene, hearing her scream and all that.
Was this like a very controversial, 2 episodes?
I don't remember about her. I know.
Because you figure, so you have, they burn whatever her name is.
Shireen.
Sure.
What's her
Shireen.
name? So they burn Shireen. Then Sir Marin, you find out he's like a fuckboy and likes raping little girls. And then Stannis' wife commits suicide by hanging herself.
I think there's actually more of people being pissed off when Sansa got raped, other than this.
Oh, really?
A lot of people didn't think Stannis would do what he did, and it hasn't got that far in the books, so
Yeah, it's hard to know.
they're going, no, you'd never
Do you think George
that.
R. R. Martin's like people don't like that? Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
doing
probably.
that.
I honestly do.
Think he'll change that.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what he takes notes from this series and changes
Yeah.
in the book, because I totally think that's what he's doing.
So at the same time, John and the wildlings show up at the wall, and at first they're like, "Yeah, we ain't gonna lift the gates."
I didn't think
Yeah.
he was gonna open it.
Oh, you didn't think so?
I didn't.
You thought John was gonna become a wildling again, and they're all just out there.
He finds another Ingrid and lives happy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, this cocksucker's not gonna open the fucking wall. Open the gates.
Yeah, I have
But he
to.
did.
I knew he would because I've seen episode 10.
Yeah, I figured you had.
I knew he would, not because I remembered him doing it, because I've seen the rest of the season and I know what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so Stannis sends Davos to Castle Black and said, "Hey, go get some men and help us fight them." And
I honestly forgot he did that until the Red Woman shows up in episode 10.
Oh, you forgot from episode 9?
Yeah, well, of course, I watched it like days before I watched the 10th one. But like, so they're just talking to John about the army and all that, and I was like, was it? The guy's dead. Oh yeah, he sent him here a while back. I forgot. Like, I just completely forgot that because so much else happened, like with Khaleesi and Tyrion and all that, that I just forgot that he sent him there.
Oh, see, I remember because I know he sent him away so he wouldn't be around when he burned.
Yeah,
shit.
and I remember, doesn't he show
Yeah.
back up like next season? Like picks up her little toy.
Yeah, her little wooden toy. That
Yeah,
he
that he gave her. Yeah, that's a sad moment too.
Wooden
Wooden
toy.
deer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is
You
it a
get-
Targaryen?
Maybe.
I didn't think of that.
It's a Targaryen.
Is that a thing? Like people are speculating why that didn't burn?
Yeah.
Oh, that never even crossed my mind. I was like, oh yeah, her wooden toy didn't burn. Wow, I feel dumb. I
mean,
I
maybe-
never questioned that.
Maybe she just dropped it because she was tied to a stake and it didn't burn. But it is odd that
Yeah.
the piece of wood didn't burn.
Wow.
I don't know.
So Arya is still, well, what you said at the beginning of this podcast.
It's almost the same exact scene until the other men show up.
Yeah.
Sir Marin and what is it, Master Tyrell?
Yeah.
Mace Tyrell.
Yeah.
Mace. Why would Sam want to go to Old Town Scottsdale?
Because he likes to drink and he's a big Giants fan.
He got the taste of the pea, and now he's all about partying.
Yeah, we didn't mention that last week that
They bang.
he had that awkward sex scene. Where he's all like bloody from getting beat up,
Well, I
and he's
like
banging
how
her.
John goes, "How did you do it? You just got beat up." He's like,
Very carefully. Yeah, he was also had like some swagger and shit. He's like, oh,
I
very
don't know
carefully.
if he has swagger, but yeah.
He was brushing that dirt off his shoulder and shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That's his first taste of the old pea. I'm sure he was pretty pumped.
He was pumped, literally.
Yeah.
He got pumped, actually.
Yeah. You think he came inside of her?
Did you notice? Speaking of came inside of her, because that would create a baby, and that's what reminded me when he's talking to John. I believe it's episode 10. He's telling him to send me to the library and all that. He says, "Send me Gilly and the baby," but he says it so quick. I started laughing because it's almost like Gilly had her baby.
I thought about you when you said it.
Do you think you're the only one in the world who laughed at that?
No, anybody watching this podcast would have too.
Okay, so you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you all had a little moment right now.
I even laughed because we've talked about the ball sacks of people getting their penis cut off and stuff, the eunuchs, and they mentioned that they have no balls in this. So I still think normal eunuchs don't, but I think Ramsay, I think he still has a nutsack because he was getting like fucked with.
You mean
All
Reek.
right.
Ramsey.
Oh, Ramsay cut it. Yeah, see, I get those confused too.
Yeah.
Reek, what's his normal name?
Theon.
Theon still has a ball sack, a.k.a. Reek,
Yeah.
because Ramsay was fucking with him.
Because
I would assume he does.
Theon's not a eunuch. I mean, we should get that straight. Theon was disfigured by Ramsay. Got his
Right.
dick cut off.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you a eunuch.
Isn't a eunuch just someone that gets their penis cut off? Or is that penis and balls?
It's just balls.
Alexa,
Oh, my God.
what is a eunuch?
The Unix utility wedge, when fed a text file, outputs the file with adjacent identical lines collapsed to
That
one.
sounds about right.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Alexa.
Oh, my God.
What is a eunuch in Game of Thrones?
Or in anything.
I'm not sure.
She's not sure.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
What's a eunuch?
Anyway, you know what I noticed when Lord Tyrell and Meryn Trout were getting off the boat?
One
Yeah.
of them started singing, "Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby."
Actually, it's more when they're walking and she was following him. First of all, how do you not see a girl with a wheelbarrow following you?
That's a good question. Well, the one guy kept like looking at her and then be like, "Nah, it's nothing." And then a couple seconds later, he'd look back at her. It's nothing again.
Yeah.
You know, he looked at her like 7 times.
I just think they didn't really feel threatened by a girl in a wheelbarrow.
Well, she wasn't in the wheelbarrow. That'd be cool.
She's pushing it, jumps in, and she's like,
Yeah.
"That'd have been neat."
She's using like a wheelchair and shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I only know 2 Maces,
Windu and him.
and he's by far not the coolest one.
Well, yeah, no one's cooler than Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, I started to think to myself, oh, if your name's Mace, you're... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
All right, so...
You know the rapper Mace.
Oh.
So you know 3 Maces.
So 1's cool out of 3.
Just saying.
So you're saying if your name's Mace, you're basically
just
fucked.
a random factoid here.
Random rambling.
Random factoid. Mace is, or well, I guess was Justin Timberlake's favorite rapper.
Okay, now cue the music and that star thing.
Random factoid brought to you by Hess.
Yeah. So Justin Timberlake doesn't have taste.
He doesn't have good taste in rap music, is
Apparently
what Hess
not.
is saying.
Prince Oberyn's ex goes and visit. I forget her name. Awaria? I can't remember her name. She goes.
Daddy Longneck.
Wouldn't it be Mommy Longneck?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
Yeah.
her name would be Daddy Longneck.
She goes and
Either way.
she kisses
Same
the
difference.
she kisses the prince's ring, and he's like, I believe in second chances, but not thirds. And
Yeah.
then she goes and visits Jamie when he says he rides like a 3rd grader, something to that effect.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, he agreed to rewrite it for me.
Yeah. But then she was kind of nice to him, sorta.
A little bit, yeah. Which maybe, like, as I was happening, I was like, well, why does she?
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me nervous as to why she was being so nice.
It made me question why she even does it, and that she was just faking here, because she was being a bitch earlier, so it was weird her being nice now.
It's like, why even bother? I think she's just saying, I know it's not you, but the rest of your family sucks.
So I'm gonna kill your daughter anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, and here we go. So Stannis goes into Shreen's tent.
Yep.
Hey, what you eating?
I'm gonna have one last little chit chat with my daughter.
Yeah, and hey, is there any way I could help you, Daddy? He's like, yeah, sure, come here.
Yeah, come outside, just stand on this cross.
And
Just terrible.
so yeah, they walk her up to the thing, and she has no clue until Melisandre
literally
shows up.
everybody in the camp is staring at her, and she's like, "Oh wow,
She's like, well, I'm going for a walk.
this is cool. I never really get to go outside, so this is neat.
Yeah, hey, where's my dad?
What's that? What do I smell?
And then
Kerosene? What is that?
they tie her up, burn her down.
And then Seth Meyers pops up.
Shireen Baratheon from Game of Thrones. You burnt.
Remember, so we were watching that episode, and as she was getting burned, I go, "Yeah, burnt," as it happened, and he called me an asshole.
I did.
And then the next day, he's watching Seth Meyers, and Seth Meyers did the exact same thing, and then he thought it was funny then.
I was gonna say you probably laughed, right?
Yeah.
It was a lot funnier
It
when
was-
Seth Meyers did.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's funny because Seth Meyers said the same thing I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
Nice.
stole You Burnt from him.
Delivery is a big deal.
Yeah, but
Drew.
he
Yeah.
stole my "you burnt" joke from me, so it's a vicious circle, I guess.
A little bit. So, did you like how Mommy changed her mind as they lit
Yeah,
her
what a
up?
fucking
Yeah.
bitch. The whole
She's like,
fucking time
"This
the
is
daughter's
the
been
right
alive.
thing.
She's like, "Oh,
We're
just
all
kill her."
gonna starve if we don't do this. Wait a fucking minute, that's my daughter.
Yeah, that was weird. But
Yeah.
she doesn't last long after that, so.
No, she
No,
really doesn't.
she doesn't. She visited the.
Wow.
Maybe censor that out. Probably shouldn't have said that.
That's the second podcast in a row that he's had me censor something.
Wow.
I almost forgot to because I was close to the end too last time, and I was like, "Oh, I'm good here. I can." Oh yeah, Hess wanted me to cut that out, and then I got to that point and cut out the audio.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoops.
Wow. What part was that?
I don't remember. He said something.
I don't-
He goes,
I don't
"Yep, probably
remember.
should censor that," just like right now.
I'd
I
say
don't remember.
I wouldn't censor any of it. So it's just pretty much the.
So was that scene hard for you two to? I guess. Oh yeah. Never mind. I had a brain fart. Was that hard for you guys to watch because you guys have daughters?
It was hard to watch. Period.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Was this like? Did you guys?
I never thought, oh fuck, that was Taylor up there.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I didn't. I mean, I just told myself like it's a show, it's a TV show.
Did Abby have a problem with that?
It's
Because I
fake.
know like animals usually like hurt her feelings on there. Did
I
a little
I
girl
don't know.
burning?
I don't know if it really bothered her all that much.
No, so
I don't know.
just animals then.
Because she was like putting stuff away, so she was like cleaning while we were watching it. So
Oh.
and she'd already watched it, so I'm not sure if it did or not.
Oh. Okay.
So she's got no problem burning little girls.
Yeah, but if it was a horse,
Probably.
she'd.
If that was a
Oh, yeah,
horse
she-
tied to that
yeah.
motherfucker? Yeah.
Yeah, like game over. PETA's involved.
Yeah. No
She would
shit.
never call PETA.
Hey, you think someone's here?
Maybe.
Oh, they were asking how you felt about Sharon being burned.
Or Shireen.
Shireen,
Sharon.
was it hard for you to watch, or she said no?
Oh wow. Ask her how she would feel if it was a
What?
horse.
Yeah, she said if it was an animal, there would have been a problem.
Oh okay.
It'd be harder to watch if it was an animal.
Does it matter what kind of animal?
Yeah.
Does it matter what kind of animal? No.
No. Okay.
So like if a rat was up there, she'd get upset?
Like if it was a rat, you'd be upset. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Even cares about rats. That's interesting.
I don't think I'd care if
I don't
it
think
burned
I'd
a
care
rat.
if it. I mean, especially if it's Game of Thrones.
No.
No.
I was just watching True Detective. He talked about how he was in the closet as a little kid and a rat. Oh my god, the fucking rat.
I did not realize there was a whole roll in the back of my
Oh yeah.
I told you. A rat was nibbling on his finger,
Mm-hmm.
but he couldn't see because it was dark, so he just grabbed it and like just beat it until it was a bloody pulp, basically.
No, so she wouldn't like shoot.
Well, they didn't show it.
Oh okay.
He just talked about it very
Vividly.
vividly. So we got Daenerys in the fighting pits, and this is pretty much the end. That was like a quick episode. I feel like I like.
Well, because a lot happened, but it was long scenes
Yeah.
leading up to stuff.
Well, yeah, and then like the fighting pits was like,
It was a
Yeah,
long ass
pretty
time.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Jorah's like the second group.
Yeah.
For-
Yeah, because
the-
there's 4 fighters at
The
a time.
first
I think.
group, I liked how they.
It's 1v1 in, the first group.
Oh yeah, but then there's
Yeah.
4 people in the next one.
Yeah.
It's six in the second group.
Oh,
Yeah,
6?
It was 6.
Oh
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the first group, the guy just fucking cuts the other guy's head off. I was like,
I was like,
Jesus.
whoa, didn't see that.
I like too how they were talking like they had this whole big spiel. The little guy will do it, blah blah blah, and he just gets his head cut off, and they're just like, yeah, what do you know?
Yeah. So then Jorah and the other guys like come out and like I don't think at any point did you ever think Jorah was not gonna win.
Yeah, no.
Oh, absolutely not. Of course.
They made such a big deal about him. It'd be stupid if he dies this way, you know.
It would have been kind of funny though. He's just like laying there and the guy's like,
And the guy like grabs him like his victory, then the guy gets grayscale, spreads it everywhere.
Oh yeah, we forgot he still has that.
Well, I didn't.
We didn't. You did.
Apparently.
Yeah. So he wins, and then what did you think when he was throwing the spear at them?
I thought he was killing old Johnny Huckleberry up there.
Can you explain for
Daria?
I don't know
Daria?
everybody
Yeah, that guy.
or Johnny Huckleberry? That sounds like a fucking breakfast cereal.
I thought it was someone from Tombstone.
There's another breakfast cereal you can
Hey,
get,
our
Pedro.
Pleeka video just uploaded.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready to say I got new from Pleeka, Game of Thrones.
I've been uploading that since I don't know, fucking 9:30 this morning, 10 o'clock.
Randomly pops up at 4:55. Yeah, I thought he was gonna throw it at Daria, and I was like, oh shit! And then, what are they? The Songs of Harpy or whatever?
The Sons of Harpy.
Sons.
Harpy boys.
Yeah, it's just like little instrument, like the little notes coming down the aisles.
See, like WWE wrestlers. I mean, that's probably pretty Jewish if you were to like steal from like. Game
Wait,
of
what?
Thrones. Nothing. Just edit that out. It's kind of messed up, like to steal it. Like you can have the Harpy boys, like, and then they just wear those masks as wrestlers. But
Are you saying so? Is there a wrestling group called the Sons of Harpy?
no, but I feel like there should be like a group of wrestlers, at
I
least two.
Oh,
Called the Harpy
he's
Boys.
making up something. Okay,
Yeah.
See, I don't
yeah.
think there's something you should copy because they're annoying as fuck.
they
Who, the Harpy
constantly
Boys?
remind me of in Scream 2 where she's in college and she's doing that play and they all have those weird masks on and like at that one part she gets scared because
I don't think
it's
I've
killer
seen
and all
Scream
that.
2 quite as much as you.
Oh, what was that? Anybody else who has? There's a part where like all the people in masks are around her and she thinks it's the killer and then she kind of sees his face.
Mhm.
Their masks always remind me of that scene in Scream 2.
Really?
And I used to find that scene annoying when I was little. So seeing them, it's like, oh, I don't care.
Well,
Well, they were everywhere.
yeah, I liked how apparently they don't search you as you go. They need like metal detectors.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, they don't have bananas. How the fuck are they gonna have metal
That's
detectors?
true. But I mean, like, where do they just hiding those up their asses and they come in? All right, put your mask on.
Ooh, that'd be kind of bloody in
So-
your asshole.
How'd it be bloody? Wouldn't it be?
If you
poopy?
put a dagger in your asshole,
no, a mask.
that's even worse.
But so yeah, then chaos just ensues. They're just like stabbing everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody except unless you're a main character, then you get in a little circle. and
I know
fight.
this may be fucked up, but I think the only way I could describe it when Tyrion runs with them is just cute.
What?
Don't you think so? Like when they're all running across and then like Drogon saves the day,
Mm-hmm.
he's running by. You're just like, oh, that's cute.
Nah, I didn't think that.
Do you get what I mean, Hess?
I get what you mean. I was like, I like chuckled. I was like, oh look, like, hold on, that's my work phone.
I love how what's going on in there?
It's my boss. Hold on. Hey Dan.
I thought he called him Dad.
Is that his work voice?
Hold on, my boss. Hey, Dan, how are you doing?
Hey, Dan.
26. I have Jose's number. You want me to call him real quick?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. It's not like we're doing a podcast or anything. Go ahead, call Jose.
I have to make another phone call real quick.
You gotta call Jose.
I gotta call Jose.
Ask him if he can see.
If he can see.
Jose, can
Yeah, I got
see?
you. I got you.
Wait, is that the words of the song?
No.
Oh,
Oh my god.
well, because you said it so
Wow.
passionately, it seemed right.
Jesus.
It totally seemed right. What's now? I don't know what's the words.
Jose. Hey Jose.
Can you see?
Hey, where did you put the keys to 326 when you guys were done cleaning it out?
Next to 327.
No, but what's?
In
Oh,
my
Jose,
desk?
can you see?
Jose.
Okay,
Jose.
the top
Jose.
drawer?
Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay, okay. Thank
You
you. I
fucked
just wanted
me
to
up. You're so
double-check.
retarded.
Well, that sounded. You said
thank you
you
so
said
much,
it
Jose.
like it was just the song. It fit
Alright,
so
thank you.
perfectly that you tricked my brain into thinking that was right.
Yeah, I do that once in a while.
So you know what I'm since has it on the phone. You know what I'm excited for this next season?
Jerking off?
Brand's back.
Yes,
He
he's
said he
back.
couldn't see.
But are you excited? Are you excited for this next season?
Yeah, I'm excited for every next season.
I wasn't looking forward to this one, even though there was some
Yeah.
good stuff. But I think this is my
He
least
said
favorite
he put them in
season.
my desk drawer.
But it was
Top
really
desk
good.
drawer.
It was really good,
Well, Gilbert just
but I feel like out of all of them so far, this has been my least favorite one.
I think
Well,
I think
well,
Gilbert
is-
just walked in.
Is Jimmy still in there?
Oprah?
No, he's not inside the yard. He was in the back.
Oh, we have a guest in the podcast.
I got you.
We'd like to thank Jose for joining.
Do you think
I
it's
got
really hard for him to talk on the phone while we're talking in his ear?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Hess, take a
I
big
can
fat
try to
cocks.
call him, but I don't.
Big
I
cocks
hardly
right in your
ever
mouth.
listen to the damn thing.
Yeah. So if you can get a hold of him, tell him to back.
Hey, how many fingers can you fit in your asshole?
Yeah, he does. He should have. Yeah, he has keys in my office.
Is that confusing?
So annoying. I'm not even listening to you. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We're just talking about fingers in your asshole.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm gonna have to cut this together out of context right there. You gonna?
This is my life right
I
here.
know exactly what you're doing.
Oh my god. Thanks for sending that video. Honey. They've played it about 7 times now. Do you have a key to my office?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's it. The key to the truck he's picking up is in my top desk drawer.
You know what?
Dan wanted me to
That's
call
gonna
you.
be my new horn.
We should play it again when he comes back.
Oysters? Oh my god. Hey Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, he said that he was.
How many times has he took his headphones off? He puts them back on for some reason, and then calls another person, and then takes his headphones
I
off.
think, and then I hit that, and he's like, "Oh no, fuck this."
What, are you guys gonna make like a video out of me making phone calls in my goddamn work?
I mean, this is our podcast, so maybe.
Yeah. I mean, we are
Wow.
recording.
All right, we're good.
Is
Let's
that
go.
Dan the man? Who do you like better, Dan, Jimmy, or Jose?
Well, I'm gonna say Dan because he's my boss.
Exchange, you filthy animal.
There you go.
Whose cock would you rather suck?
Unbelievable. Oh, wow.
You know, if you have any more Game of Thrones references that you want to just shoot out there, just send us videos of it. Another phone call?
If we get through this. Oh my god, what a shit show. All right, maybe.
Where are we?
At home.
No, in the the fighting
You're at
pits.
the,
We're at the
you're at the
fighting.
King.
Oh, I
King
talked about cute
residence, aren't you?
Tyrion, and then he got a phone call.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to fuck him right in the ass."
And he's, I just want to bend Tyrion over and go, oh, take that. You want some wine?
Yeah, he's like, "I really, really want to."
What are cuckles?
Oh, you know.
The-
Because I know what oysters and clams are.
Are you like gonna make that like your goddamn ringtone?
Oh, that's a good idea.
No, it's my text tone when you text me.
Oh, even better.
I can make it on the computer, too.
Oh,
We're only 30 minutes in.
that's cool. Because I mean, it's been pretty good so far.
This is the episode that was spoiled for Hess 4 seasons ago. We're about to talk about. And
Yeah. Oh.
What are all these goddamn fucking vehicles in my yard?
I don't know.
Whatever. I don't give a shit right now. I should know I'm busy. Robert. What?
Hey, Hess, does your milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?
So you... Okay, so you called him or then or what?
No, I think you called him like 14 times.
All right, you guys ready?
Are we
Are
ready?
we ready? We've been ready for like an hour.
All right, dude. I would have got my ass chewed tomorrow if I didn't answer that fucking phone.
Oh, believe me, I want to chew
Which
your ass
time?
right now.
Huh?
Which time?
Which phone call?
Yeah, 9 of them.
Do you want to? I mean, we've already been waiting. Do you want to connect your headphones?
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
They're dead.
Oh, you killed him.
Yep.
Wow.
They're
Okay.
dead.
My
let me turn
headphones
them
have
up a
never
little bit.
died.
Really?
Yeah, I charge them about once a month.
All right, we're back. Hess had 47 phone calls.
Will that ever live it down? Is that going to be the new intro instead of the...
Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
Oh god, he's gonna get another phone call.
It's not another phone call. We're
Okay.
good. We're back.
All right, so we're at the fighting pits. We saw cute Tyrion. Drogon shows up. Daenerys flies away.
He burned a couple people first.
Yeah,
She jumps on top of them. They fly away, and they live happily ever after.
a little bit, yeah.
The end.
And then we go into episode 10.
then Porky Pig Yeah. I thought it was cool how the just chaos ensued, and then they were like,
Yeah.
And then, did she call the dragon?
Well, I think because she was almost like warging, like, and then the dragon showed up.
Or was she just like, all right, I'm gonna die, and then the dragon?
Did you
showed
notice
up?
that Drogon purposely made himself have a cool entrance? There was like fire, and then he came flying in. Like, he blew fire out of his mouth to fly through into the arena.
Are you saying you wouldn't do that if you were a dragon?
I don't think you need to if you're a dragon. The fact that you just showed up is cool, I think.
Yeah, but if you're a dragon, you're not thinking that. You're thinking I'm here all the time.
I guess, yeah. I guess dragons probably have low self-esteem, too.
Wow. All right, so episode 10.
Episode 10.
What a great episode.
Hopefully this goes a little better than episode 9.
Yeah, hopefully this one doesn't take us 39 minutes to get through.
Yeah. I don't
It
know.
probably would have only been like 24 if I didn't have to make phone calls.
What did Jose think of episode 10?
Yeah, what was
Or
his favorite
Eddie.
part?
Or Dan?
Let me call him.
No.
No.
Mother's Mercy.
I was proud of myself for this episode because about 2 weeks ago, maybe even maybe just last week, there was everything that happened this episode. I was telling him, I was like, I remember this happening, and I was like, but that feels like a lot of stuff, and he didn't believe me. And all like Cersei getting out, Jon dying, Sansa leaving the kingdom or whatever. Like I remembered all that. I was pretty proud of myself for that. So usually I forget fucking everything.
I guess basically, what did you think of this episode? And don't just say it's good, but like what about because a lot of shit happened.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was a lot. I mean, I obviously enjoyed it. I didn't think Jon was going to die this early.
Oh, you thought that was later on?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was next season when he died.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know why. That's just what I thought, I guess. 'Cause,
This is
like,
how
I mean, I
like-
guess it's hard to because when you just hear the spoilers kind of out of context, it's kind of hard to tell.
Right.
This is how the book ended. The last book.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The
so
last book.
everybody reading the books has no idea what happens after this.
Yeah, in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Marcia read all the books? Because I know she's talked to
I don't think she read the last one.
the last one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I know she's read some of them because
So,
she
like,
knows
when
some things.
you finished the books before the show was caught up to the point, or no?
Yes.
Yeah, he knew.
So, like, you finished reading the book, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I actually went to him and said, "Can I tell you something?"
Yeah, he came into my room. He's like, I was like, I don't care about Game of Thrones. Come back, we're gonna do like a podcast on it or something. So just tell me what happens.
I'm like, I think Jon Snow just died.
And I was like, what? Like I didn't care. And then he said that. I was like, that's my favorite guy. What the fuck?
To be fair, like I never 100% believed that he was dead. I don't know what I said on that podcast.
I don't remember either. I didn't watch all of it.
But because even in the book, it just wasn't a finality. It was just like you left him there. It was like he was bleeding out and he got stabbed a bunch of times, but it wasn't. And I was just like,
So now,
Wally Pip did do the final dagger.
yeah.
yeah. Do you see why we hate him?
Yeah.
But also, he wasn't. I mean, obviously, it wasn't his plan. It was everyone else too. He was just
Yeah.
part of it.
What's funny is I knew he died in this episode, but when they got him, did you think, oh, they tried to totally fucking fool us in the recap, like the previous on? Because they show Uncle Benjamin show up and all that stuff. That they show a bunch of scenes with him,
Oh.
and then they mentioned that, and I was like, oh, he's gonna. Oh no, they're trying to fool us right now. Like for a second, I was
No.
like, they did show that in the previous on.
No, you know what they showed Uncle Benjamin in the previous on because that's how they get him outside.
Well, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Is
Yeah.
when Ollie goes in
Yeah.
there, I was like, oh, they tried to fucking fool us.
Do they try to fool you, or do they try to be like, "Hey, remember this guy that you haven't seen since season 1?"
No, I think it was that, but also like they wanted you to be like when Ollie goes in there, so you don't think anything is up about that. Like, why is he randomly coming back now?
If you know
put
what
that
you
in
talked
there.
about, Shireen. Actually, watching John get stabbed a bunch of times was hard for me to watch.
Oh, really?
Not like I was
Well,
like,
the first or second time, I'm like, I go, wow. I go, they're just punching him in the stomach, and then I'm like, never mind, they're stabbing him. I was like,
It just-
wow.
I'm
Tess sees like someone getting bugged in an alley and like, wow, they're just beating that guy up.
they're like, it's for the watch, and then they keep stabbing him. And I was just like, you know what? I hate all these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is towards the end, so let's start at the beginning.
What are you gonna do?
So it starts off with Stannis again, and he's like, all
He's using his fucking sword as like a cane and all that, going through the snow.
well. First, like it starts off in his tent. And
Oh,
he's,
I guess yeah. It starts out right before
so,
the battle.
and like he's all cold,
Or
cold, towards Melisandre.
Yeah.
Like he like bumps into her, and she's like, "Pardon me." No, but it was like weird, and I'm like, he's pissed that he listened to her, but then he's the one who
Yeah,
listened
he
to
shouldn't
her.
have listened to her then.
Yeah, I don't listen to you.
Yeah, never.
What? And then they fucking the dude's coming, sir, and then he's half the men deserted. Melisandre's left. Oh, by the way, your wife's hanging out over here,
Yeah.
literally. And he's like,
Bad day for Stannis.
yeah, on to Winterfell.
So Hess asked if like last episode there's controversial stuff. There is a huge controversial thing about this episode. People hated how they dealt with him.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Like how they kill him off camera and all that. Like so many people don't believe he's dead because when she
I
goes to
think
cut him,
it's-
it cuts away.
I think it's been confirmed now that he's dead.
I think so too. But like everybody hated. Like they don't show the battle. They just show him get killed off camera. Basically, like the way they did all that, people
Well,
were
yeah,
pissed off.
like like the sword went, and then it cuts like right to another.
It was Ramsay.
Yeah,
dude.
it was
Yeah.
it was weird that because like that's not a Game of Thrones thing to really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really have a problem with it because it's not like he was my favorite character,
Yeah, I didn't really have a
so I
problem
didn't
with
really
it
care either.
I kind of liked how he was like, "Do your duty,
Yeah,
bitch."
I think because like I don't know, I feel like you didn't really need to see like it's gonna happen. But
Like the funny thing was like like they were clearly outnumbered,
yeah, that was funny
yeah.
too. Like they just get surrounded
Literally.
and slaughtered.
and and then they they come back, and then it's him, and I'm like, does this fucking guy ever fucking die?
Well, I like too how like the two dudes ride up on him and he like fucking just annihilates.
Yeah,
them.
even like when he's hurt, he did.
Yeah,
that was cool.
because they always say how good he was in battle and stuff. So you kind of got that was like the only time you got to see it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That and when he was a smoke monster and he stabbed his brother.
that's true. And I
Um,
guess his little cameos in Lost.
And then Brienne of Tarth just left at the wrong time, man.
Yeah, that part that's a little cheesy.
She's
For-
been watching
for
that
Game of Thrones,
goddamn
you know?
fucking tower for fucking years.
Yeah, so at the same time, all this shit's going on. Sansa escapes her room with a fucking corkscrew. Keep the change.
So I got a
Cockle.
horn. You got oysters, clams, and cuckles, and he's got that.
Yeah.
I guarantee I'm gonna get a phone call.
Oh, great.
Great.
Let's keep talking.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm. Do you want me to just walk away?
just
guys keep
wow.
going?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So she gets out of her room with the corkscrew. Why they left the corkscrew with her?
No, they didn't.
In
Remember, she
case
picked it up like in episode 8.
Oh, did she?
Oh, I didn't catch
I
that.
didn't remember that.
She picked it up and like tucked it up in her sleeve.
Oh, actually, I do remember that.
I don't even remember that.
I do.
Does that make her? Never mind.
She's like a pickpocket.
I was gonna call her a corksucker, but she didn't really suck it.
That works.
You don't know what she's doing with the door closed. Yeah, she gets out, climbs up the tower, lights the candle. Brienne, as she lights it, turns around and says, "Fuck this."
Yeah. That was pretty cheesy, but it needed to happen for the other things to happen too.
Yeah.
I don't know if cheesy would be the right word, but it just.
Well, it just seemed
It was almost way too predictable.
it was very typical, and usually
Yeah.
Game of Thrones isn't like that.
Well, it's kind of like when Sansa drove by Brienne. She just keeps missing. her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that happened. They fight, and then it goes to Jon and Sam, and they're like, Jon's telling him about Hardhome. He's like, "Oh, do you have the dragon glass?" And I thought it has. And I was like, "No,
Done to me?
Yeah, remember you're like, you left all the dragon glass.
I know.
I like too how John said, "Yeah, it won't matter. We would need a whole island of it to do it anyways."
Yeah, a whole mountain of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where they'd have that.
Yeah, me too.
And what the fuck did I write? So then Sam asked if he can go to Hart. We already talked about this, but he
Yeah.
asked if he could go to Old Town, become a maester, take Gilly, have a baby, had a baby.
Gilly Hatter, baby.
And he's like, "I need you here." He goes, "You need me to,
To learn stuff for when this
yeah.
goes bad.
Yeah.
You need me to read a particular book. Well, is he gonna hear? I was gonna say something, but he could probably hear me through his phone. Are we going outside?
If we can hear him, what's the point of walking away?
We can't hear him anymore.
Okay, so should I keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Robert?
We'll just ignore him.
Okay. Okay, so after Stannis gets killed, they show Sansa. She tries to go back to her room, but she gets caught by Miranda.
Yeah, she gets caught by the girl from Entourage.
I don't remember her entourage.
No, she just looks like
Oh,
Eve's
she
girlfriend.
looks like Eve's
Eve's
girlfriend.
girlfriend. Yeah.
I thought you said she was in it. Okay. She just acts like her.
But yeah, I like that because then Reek kind of.
I kind of forgot that he threw her over.
I remember that. Like that was one of the big things I remember because I was like, oh fuck, I didn't think that character would ever do anything nice again in his life, and he didn't really do much to begin with.
So his nice thing was to kill someone.
Yeah, I don't know why it's kind of satisfying to see her just go, just because she's a total bitch, and just splat on the floor. But I like that scene, and then they fucking jump off the castle.
I
into
don't think
snow.
I could have jumped into that. I hope there was a lot of
I
snow.
could have if I knew around the corner was a guy that was gonna cut my pecker off and leave my ball sack.
Sansa didn't have a pecker.
Well, yeah, but then he needs her pecker.
That's true. So and then Meryn Trant is just like whipping people.
He's going,
Three-
whip it. Oh, whip it good.
There's 3 girls sitting there. He whips 2 of them, and then the third one doesn't move. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I remembered this scene, him going to whip and her like grabbing it and like fucking like Yoda and him and shit, which she still did later on. But I remembered her like catching the whip.
Yeah. So she's got
his ass.
she's got a fucking mask on, and then she fucking stabs him in both eyes, talks shit, fucking just fucks him up.
Might have been a mistake.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Possibly.
I don't think she regrets it. Well, maybe she does. I don't regret it. It was fucking sweet.
Yeah, she
I
goes-
love that. She just went psycho.
yeah. And then it's right after this she goes back and she goes blind, right?
She goes back, and
Yeah.
Joggin's like, oh, someone else has to die now. You weren't supposed to take that death. So then he sucks some poison down and falls down. And
Yeah.
she starts bawling.
And then
Yes,
he's
like,
and then he's
"You're not
behind her.
supposed to be dead.
And then he pops up. He's like, it's not me. And then he said, keep the change, you filthy animal.
Perfect.
No,
But I like that. She's like ripping off all
very
the
very
other
Star
faces.
Wars-esque.
Yeah, and she's ripping all the faces off, and then right as she gets to her own, she's blind.
Didn't it remind you of Empire when fucking Luke sees his head
Yeah, he
behind
goes
Darth
into the
Vader?
little tree and he cuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot like that. Except Luke didn't go blind from that.
Yeah, so then she goes blind. What do you think of her going blind?
I don't know. Maybe she's gonna pork it up.
Gonna pork it up.
What is it? Warg it up.
Oh, warg it up. I see now. I mixed it up like he did originally. Warg it up.
I have no idea. It's probably the No Face God punishing her because she went rogue.
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
I remember when that happened. I was like, "Oh, great!" Fucking Jon Snow's. Well, I didn't know he
Jon
was dead.
Snow's
But at
dead.
the end of that, I was like, "Oh, she's fucking blind and Jon Snow's dead." Now, what am I gonna root for Cersei?
Right.
No,
Like, what is there left to?
Sansa just
Sansa
jumped over.
Sansa jumped off a fucking castle into snow. I assume she's
With-
probably broke her ankle and's dead down there.
with Theon holding
Is it
hands.
safe? Do people assume that she's dead? She's not dead, right?
I mean, I can't say it's probably a spoiler. Oh, the camera turned off. I don't know when. I mean, I knew it was gonna. I knew it was gonna. I knew it was gonna turn off eventually.
For all you
but
YouTube watchers, it's only audio from here on out.
Yeah. Hey, so look at our nice new pop.
yeah, now you can look at the full table,
we
babies.
we
We got a
horn.
book. We got a book. We got George R. R. Martin, Nick's dildo.
I didn't put that up there.
I did.
Oh.
But yeah, I remember at the end of the season thinking like, everything's fucked.
So have you put the Johnny White Walker in the freezer to see what color it changes?
Nope.
No, not yet.
I'm saving it for season 8.
Good.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna chug it.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna make Jerome take care of me.
great.
Yeah, you
That
might
was,
have
that was a good idea until
you
you
might
came
have
up with
another
that.
fainting story.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
That if people want to
Hey.
hear that, that's in the Unearthly Doer that came out 10 minutes ago.
That was no alcohol was involved.
Yeah.
So this episode, a lot happened. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot.
So, but
A
so,
real lot.
so how do you take this as like a good finale?
I do. I actually thought it was a good finale. Like it's kind of like tying up little loose ends. Maybe not necessarily loose ends, but like just inching the story along. And then it's like, all right, cool. Now season 6, like we start fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe episode 1
can
of season
fly.
6 goes back to mine and your plot hole we talked about a while back.
Yeah, it is. You put something a subtitle. in.
Yeah. I believe.
Season 6, episode 1.
Okay, yeah. I was pretty sure about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was about, but yes.
We'll bring it up next podcast.
So, to me, seeing,
It's not Tyler and Hess got a phone call.
dude, I hope you get overtime or some shit for this.
Yeah. So what were you saying?
To me, instead of feeling like a series finale, to me it felt like it was just setting up the next season.
Well, yeah, but that's because we know it is.
No, I know, but that's weird to me. You know what I
No,
mean?
watching this, I actually thought, wow, they could have dragged a lot of this stuff on. Like if they showed the whole battle scene this episode and it was Stannis dying, and like they could have showed a lot more of this scene like they normally do. Kind of like how people got mad about the last season, them like cutting down the time of them walking and stuff. I felt like they could have done that this season. Not like I want them to, but I think they definitely could have been dragged out this series a lot more.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a good thing though.
Well, I don't either. Like I was glad that they did it, but like this is the first time watching. I was like, oh, I noticed they kind of skipped over some things.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think of it that way, but like I just meant that like I said, that now Sansa's with Theon,
Yeah,
Jon's dead, Arya's blind, Cersei's hanging out now with the mountain with
With
bloody
the-
feet. You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
and she's with the cows now.
everything.
Oh, sorry, Cersei. I was thinking Khaleesi.
Oh, and there's just everyone's in a different circumstance
Yeah, yeah.
than they were. If you picture like at the beginning of the season, if you thought
Tyrion's kind of in charge. Like,
yeah, like at the beginning of season 1, and you showed them now, like at the beginning of season 6, you'd be like, oh my god, like everyone's in a different spot.
Okay.
Now they're literally in a different
I
spot than they
appreciate
were
it,
in the
Gilbert. Have a good night,
beginning.
man.
so where are we in Game of Thrones?
So Jamie's leaving. He's going back to King's Landing.
Going back to King's Landing.
I liked how Bronn was like, "I'll see you later."
Oh yeah, and that was weird. That girl's like, you want a good girl, but you need a nasty pussy or something like that.
Dirty pussy.
A dirty pussy. I was like, that is weird. And then she bites his ear, and I was like, what the fuck is happening on here?
And then Bronn's like, he's
Yeah,
just
he-
like,
he
it's like
got
the
flustered.
First time he's ever been speechless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie's, come on, Lord, we're waiting. Or any time now, Lord, or whatever he said.
that was,
something like
that was a
that.
weird
It'd be
scene.
kind of interesting to see if they meet again in the future.
I guess we'll see
It would be interesting.
if he meets.
Maybe they get married and live happily ever after.
Yeah, him and her
'Cause
nasty
I
pussy.
could picture it being like a sex scene, like out of like True Blood, you know, like where a vampire just like destroys a human, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys freeze at the most awkward.
Are we frozen?
I mean, it's a good thing you're not on video.
Who gives a shit, right?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So Jamie, they go off, and he has a nice moment with his daughter. She's actually like, yeah,
Great moment.
I'm
She's
glad
like,
you're my father. All
I-
this. Oh wait, my nose is bleeding.
she's like, I've always known. Gives him a hug and then dies.
Yeah.
In it, and so two of his kids are now dead. I always kind of forget that they're his kids too.
Yeah, I do too.
But
Even though I always remember he fucks his sister, I always
Yeah.
forget that.
But so Joffrey died in her arms, correct?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then she dies
Yeah.
in his arms.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Whose arms is Tommen gonna die in? That's what I want to know.
Tyrion's. Yeah, Tyrion's arms.
Probably Daenerys.
Oh.
Is there something on your ceiling?
Yeah, it's another bug.
No.
Oh.
You know, it doesn't. We don't have to mention what he's doing because no one can see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get distracted. He's just like looking at the ceiling. I was like, I thought you're like Chicken Little, and the sky was gonna fall on top of you.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, pretty rough seeing her go too.
Yeah, because we barely know her too, and then we have a good scene with her, then she's dead.
Yeah.
That was a
And,
bummer.
and Mommy Logneck did it, right?
Yeah, she kissed her with the poison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she started getting a nosebleed herself and wiped it all off, and then
How come
drank
she-
the stuff.
How come she can wipe it off and then drink it all casually? Like it doesn't take as long to go through her. Like is she used to it or something?
It was probably like hurting her, and she's like, "Nope, gotta keep a straight face in front of these bitches."
I'm in camera.
Yeah,
They're all just fucking psychos.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
Like just nut jobs.
Yeah,
And then
for sure.
after this, it's with Khaleesi, and they have a whole conversation about going to get her. They leave Tyrion.
Yeah, I like this conversation. And Tyrion, Dario, and Jorah, they're like, we gotta go get her.
Yeah,
And they kind of argue about who should. And then Dario has like, no, me and him should go get her.
yeah.
You should stay here, and you two should stay here. And
Yeah, it was interesting because like, he doesn't usually when he takes charge, it usually doesn't make a lot of sense.
yeah, but it did. It
but
made perfect,
it made perfect sense. Everything he was saying here, I did like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and then so that's funny. They're going off like we gotta get her, and she's just chilling on a mountain with Drogon. Like, come on, can we go? Like, will you give me some food at least?
Do dragons get tired after like killing people? Or
Well,
something?
he was speared like 77 times in the previous episode, so
Was he Britney Spears.
he was looking. I thought it was kind of cute. He's licking his wounds and stuff.
Oops,
Yeah.
I did it again.
But I thought it was cute. He's licking his wounds and
It was kind of cute. I like how when
He
she,
reminded me a lot of Phoebe.
I like how when she climbs on top of him again. Like
Yeah, he just kind of makes her get off.
first of all, she climbed on backwards. So if he did go somewhere, I don't know where the fuck they were.
She wouldn't see where they're going.
Yeah. So then he kind of like hissed at her and then,
Yeah.
and then like kind of covered her at one point and just like leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
If dragons
Pretty
could
much.
talk, that's what he
But
would have
then, so she wanders off to go get food.
said. That was
Who
good.
are these people?
They're cows.
They're Dothraki.
Yeah, Dothraki, yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's just
but
it's
Abby
another
would-
cow.
Abby wouldn't tell me.
Oh.
Well, couldn't you figure it out?
Yeah.
They're on horses. They're
Why? What ring did she drop?
Her wedding ring, right?
it's the Lord
Or
of
the-
the Rings.
That took me a
I
minute.
don't know what that means.
No, but isn't like it's her special ring, and like she left it behind so they wouldn't know that she's married or whatever to someone
Yeah.
else.
It's
So she's like wanting to get plowed again.
no. I think she doesn't want. If you're, she can say, "Hey, I was married to Khal Drogo."
Yeah, but if
But-
she has another wedding ring on there,
They'd be
they'd
like,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you're not married to Khal Drogo.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So she took that
Okay.
off to kind of cover her ass a little bit.
Plus,
I
I
gotcha.
think it comes in handy later,
Yeah, I almost said something, but I didn't.
and which is fucking stupid.
I was thinking that during the scene.
Yeah,
We'll get into that when it happens. But I was thinking about that. I was like, it's kind of
I
it's a
mean,
bit of a stretch.
yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
So then Cersei confesses.
Yeah.
To fucking Lancel.
About fucking time.
She didn't confess to fucking her brother though.
No, she hasn't fucked her brother, according to herself.
Or any other relative.
What other relatives that she fucked?
They haven't showed her fuck anybody else.
Oh.
She fucks other people in the books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like
Like
her
who?
dad or something.
I forget, some fucking guards. I don't remember. She fucking other people though, as Jamie was off being
So
captured.
she's just like a dick monster.
I guess that's one way to put
I
it.
like that. That's a good T-shirt.
And then she's like, "Oh, can I go now?"
And then he's like, "Yeah, right up your atonement." And
Right
she's
up-
like, "Atonement." Then they cut her fucking hair off and
Sent her naked down the fucking streets.
throwing blood and shit and piss on her and spitting in her face. And I like that
Dude,
one guy in the crowd that kept going,
I feel like that
"Cunt!"
lasted entirely too long. Holy
Well, it was
fuck.
supposed to. It was supposed to be awkward and like just showing that that happened.
Like, you know, and then you got the fucking nun walking behind her. Shame. Shame. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Shame. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, and then it just seems like it lasted 20 fucking minutes. I'm like, can this be over with already?
I think you're kind of missing the point of it
Yeah, it did-
completely.
No, I get it, but I mean, you.
If
I
she
feel like
walks
stuff like-
10 feet naked, then she's going to go fuck her cousin again. Like, that's not the point. The point is to teach her a lesson.
Well,
So she has
and-
to walk through the whole town back to
If-
her castle.
and if you recall,
I recall.
shut up, Ferris. She's the second person to walk naked down the streets this season.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, 'cause we saw that previously.
She put the other guy in the dungeon after he did it,
Yeah.
Yep.
but it wasn't good for her feet. I like when the guy just like flopped his cock out and goes, "Hey, you want to suck this?"
Yeah, everyone in the
suck
crowd
my
was weird.
cock,
I like
bitch.
that one girl walks on and goes, "I've had just as much cock as the queen," and fucking gets batted in the face by
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
they
guards.
fucked her up.
Yeah.
they hit her pretty damn good.
But the guy with his dick hanging out, he's like, "I'm a Lannister."
Yeah.
Suck this. It's like,
Reminded me of Hess.
wow.
He was doing that in his living room. Suck this, Cersei.
Wow.
King in the North.
Oysters, clams, and goggles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Get it? Oyster.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got
Yeah,
it,
I got
definitely.
it.
All right. So yeah, and then she gets all the way home. She just kept looking at that castle and goes, "I can do it."
Yeah, gets home, cries, and who did she see there?
I did look. I watched it at the gym, which was cool because she was naked the whole time.
She has some pretty nice tits, I do have to admit.
But that's what I was
Yeah, I
going
was
to
gonna
say.
say, it's not her.
That's not her.
Yeah.
She was CGI'd in there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she didn't think she could act with them throwing shit on her while she's naked and crying down the street.
Wow.
Well, and also
Because like she said like nothing against like I'll do a naked scene, but like doing that is tough. I don't think I could do that.
Well, also, I think wasn't there something with they wanted to keep it like hidden too, what was going on.
I think so,
they
too,
didn't,
yeah.
If you just throw her naked down the street, people are gonna fucking know what's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was a bit of both of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think like she wanted to do that, and they were like, "Well, that'll help us anyways. Make it a secret." If,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did try to look at.
I did too. It's hard. You couldn't tell at all.
No,
with
there's a
someone
couple.
else.
There's a couple scenes she had like it felt like her face didn't match her body, sort of. But I was like really looking for it, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. I can tell you that.
Yeah. They have a lot more special effects than they did back then.
Yeah. So
But we're at hour 5. We should wrap this up pretty quick.
yeah, but 20 minutes of it was him talking to Dan.
Yeah, no, but that camera's gonna die. That camera doesn't.
No, there's like 2
Understand.
notes left.
Okay.
So
If only you could see Hess's face right now.
So Cersei gets back and she has a new Kingsguard.
Yeah, the mountain's back, Zombie Mountain, and he has a vow
Yeah.
of silence until all of her enemies are dead.
Now, does he have a vow of silence, or can he just not talk because he's a fucking?
Yeah,
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
He's like, until all your enemies are gone. Wow.
And I think he worded it that way because he's like, this bitch is always gonna have enemies.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
her enemies are
Absolutely.
not
He's
always gonna
smarter
be.
than we thought he was.
Yeah,
I liked how you can just see like his eye, but it's all purple and shit.
yeah,
He
yeah.
looked pretty rough under there.
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah. Although he had nice shiny armor.
He did.
Yeah, he did have nice armor. That's true.
And then the last scene, Davos is at the wall. Melisandre rides up. That's convenient.
Yeah,
And then Ollie runs in and say, "Hey, Uncle Benjamin's out front, John. He wants to see you."
yeah. And then John goes out. He sees his
Well,
uncle. It's a
Uncle
family
Benjen.
reunion, and they have a picnic. And nope, Jon Snow gets stabbed 70 fucking times in the stomach. Or as Hess thought he was getting punched in the
He got
alley.
punched in the stomach. They're like, "Hey, traitor,
Yeah.
take this."
Yeah, I thought it was like
animal."
West Side Story, you know. Bam, bam.
Up, down, up. Let the boys be boys.
Wow.
Is that what you're doing?
Wow. What's his face is there too, right? Stannis' hand.
Yeah.
That's what I said, Davos.
Yeah, he's the one who brings him back, right? Or is it the Lady of Light?
Well, we can't tell you.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
You have to watch.
Um,
So wait, how long do you think he's gonna be dead?
yeah.
Because you know he comes back, but how long do you think he stays dead for?
I honestly don't know. I'm gonna say like 3.5 episodes.
3.5 episodes? Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That's a odd guess.
It's very specific, just like when
Yeah.
he says he's gonna get home at 2:33.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
10 episode season. You think he's not going to be there for 3.5 episodes?
Yeah, why not? Show can survive.
Can it?
Absolutely.
We'll see.
There's so much shit going on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I just remember what happens, and I remember how
Well,
people react to it. So.
yeah. But all right, I think that's the end of the show. It's a pretty shitty podcast, if I have to say so myself.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm not sure.
Blame Hess. That's my fault.
That's
I
all
don't
Hess's fault. We'll give a 2-horn honk for old Hess boy. But
Uh,
yeah, thanks for watching. Please like,
give a-
subscribe.
You give Hess a two hooter.
2-hooter. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Next week we're starting season 6 of Game of Thrones.
Peace.
See you guys next week.